I'm a computer science major at Duke, and that got like 5 million views. So then I was like, wow.
Wait, how many views?
5 million views.
Wow. 20 minutes later, he was like, are you free next week?
Yeah.
And I was like, for what? To go to Iceland. And from there, it kind of just snowballed.
As a creator, you always have to be experimenting with your content, so you can always be catching that next wave as it comes.
Or I had an identity crisis of like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing, because I compared myself to so many people at the time.
Wow.
What's up guys, I'm Jay Ford. I am from Los Angeles and I am on Creators on Creators, and I'm really excited about this opportunity. And if you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Tulio, also a creator. Excited to be here on Creators on Creators, and yeah, let's get this rolling.
What is your name and what type of content do you create?
My name is Tulio Sasaya. If I were to describe my content, it'd be a lot of story and personality-based content.
Story, okay.
Mostly on short form, and on YouTube I also post like college vlogs and stuff.
Oh, awesome. My name is Jay Ford, and I do a little bit of everything, more documentary campaigns. I've done stuff for magazines, campaigns for like camera brands and stuff like that. Traveled around the world, and it's been a pretty cool opportunity just living out here and just living the dream. So it's a grind being in LA and getting into different content and meeting so many different people. You kind of change your content every day, but I feel like now I'm a little bit older, my content is starting to niche down a little bit, and that's more of the documentary storytelling and a little bit of narrative as well.
How old are you?
I just turned 30 last week.
Wow, you're a whole ass hunk. You're a whole ass hunk.
I'm up there now, I'm up there.
No,
that's the first time I ever heard that. That's crazy.
What led you to start creating? What's been your experience with that?
I kind of got it from my family. I had a few family members in the industry, and my dad always had the video camera on us growing up with the home videos and everything. And it just felt like second nature for me, and I was always a creative person. I used to draw, I used to paint and do stuff like that. And then once I got the camera, I fell in love. And this is like in 7th grade. And I used to do like photo shoots of the cute girls around the school, or do photo shoots of like athletes. And then whenever I had my decision to go to college, I wanted to make sure they had film or photo. And once I went to college, things just kind of took off from there. So yeah.
Nice.
How about you?
I've always liked documenting things in my life, and in high school I really enjoyed, like for like our history classes, I loved doing like skits for our video projects, and I was also in Boy Scouts as well. So I loved like documenting our trips, whether that be through journaling or through like capturing video. And then my first ever post on social media was during my senior year of high school. I had just finished like applying for college apps. I was really bored. And I was also seeking external validation because I was going through some drama in my life.
Yeah.
So my first ever post was a thirst trap on TikTok.
What do you mean by thirst trap?
By thirst trap, it's like, this was like 2021, like COVID era TikTok. So the thirst trap was like basically like me like lip syncing to like a trending sound.
Okay.
And then that like, I know, it like immediately took off. And then I think I just kept posting those videos, except like while I was like skating. So like my whole thing is like, I used to do speed skating.
Yeah.
So
wow.
it was like inline skating while doing like a thirst trap. I was like, my content.
You gotta explain what the thirst trap was.
What the thirst trap was? How do you even explain what a thirst trap is?
Like, there's so many different levels of thirst traps.
Right.
So which level did you fall on? 1 to 10. Thirst trap being like outrageous.
Yeah.
5 is like pretty.
I would say it was pretty mild.
Okay.
I would say it was pretty mild. Yeah. No, but I was definitely going through some things in that period of my life.
Did it work?
Like
The
pretty.
third?
Like, no, it worked pretty well. It worked pretty well. Like my third video doing that kind of thing got like 300K views.
What?
And then the skating, skating thirst trappy video, which is me like in inline rollerblading stuff, like a phone in front of me and like lip syncing to like a trending sound. That got like,
my gosh.
That got like 3 million.
Are you serious?
2 million, and then it just like that was like the start of like
Was
my
this
social media
on
journey.
TikTok or?
This was on TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're a senior in high school. during COVID?
Yeah.
I'm old now.
This was
That's crazy.
3-4 years ago. So.
Oh my God, I'm getting old. What's your favorite brand collaboration in a few words and why?
Probably Adobe. They give me like a lot of creative freedom with the brands. So like recently did a trip to Brazil, and I was able to talk about my experience in Brazil through the collaboration. So for me, that was like my favorite.
Wow, that's awesome.
What about yourself?
So quick question. So when you went from the thirst traps, how did it evolve to what you're doing now?
Yeah, so my big thing was like the speed skating stuff. So I would post a lot of like these skating videos, and eventually I stopped making them as thirst trappy, which is kind of a weird way to describe it. So instead it was just me skating. Do you know like Insta360, like their 360?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So then it was like me skating with like one of those sticks, and like with a really nice sound and a really nice location.
Yeah.
And then those videos did really well. And then going into college, those were the kinds of videos I would post online. And then for an year, I felt really stuck with my content because I felt like I was a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
There's only so many different skating, vibey kind of videos you can do on the internet. And it was still doing well, you know, it was still doing well. Except I felt that there was a need to diversify more. And I felt like I was only posting to get views at that time. So what happened is I started talking in my content.
Yeah.
The first piece of video that I shot where I was talking, it was like, how fast can I skate? And then the whole like short was like me trying to solve that problem and knock out like 100K views. And then the second video I posted was like, I'm running late to class, so like come skate with me there. I'm a computer science major at Duke, and that got like 5 million views. So then I was like, wow.
Wait, how many views?
5 million views.
Wow.
And I was like, there's something here. There's something here with this, right? So slowly, I began like trying to build a personality out for myself outside of skating. So I would still be skating my videos, but now I would be talking my videos. And then now, like, I hardly ever skate in my videos.
So did you start with the iPhone, and then did that graduate to using the camera or GoPro? What were you using?
Yeah, originally it was like iPhone for like most of the stuff, and then for like the skating videos into 360, like the 360 videos. Now it's mostly just like iPhone.
Gotcha.
And then I use like the DJI like Osmo Pocket a lot for like B-roll and stuff like
dope.
that. So
dang, okay, I see you. My favorite brand collaboration is probably Canon USA. That was honestly a dream. I've been obviously shooting on Canon my entire life, and then to have them hit me up was kind of mind-blowing. And fun fact, they saw me on a podcast, and the head of marketing just so happened to be listening to it. Wow. And he listened, he hit me up as soon as it came out. He was like, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah from Canon. How would you like to join the team? And I'm like, wait, what? And everything happened so quick. So he asked if I wanted to join the team, and then he called me back. He was like, hey, do you want to go to Iceland? And I'm like, yeah, for sure. He calls me back, and like 20 minutes later, he was like, are you free next week?
Yeah.
And I was like, for what? To go to Iceland. And from there, it kind of just snowballed. They flew me to Iceland. I land. We do a film with Sam Newton, and we get in the car. It's our first time meeting each other. And he was like, bro, we're going to do this film about you. And I'm like, what? And my background and story is pretty cool on like how I got to my level. And they wanted to talk about that and how my camera took me around the world and kind of told my story of being from a small town. And yeah, from there, I flew to different countries with Canon, became an ambassador, kind of showing off the cameras and everything. And they started letting me direct my own films with them. So it's been like a dream process. They give me the coolest stuff in the world. I get to meet the coolest people in the world, and it's definitely been like a blessing for sure.
Dude, that's such a full circle moment.
Yeah, full
like,
circle.
I can't even imagine like the excitement you felt.
It was weird, and I vlogged the entire thing. I never posted it. I need to post that.
Yeah.
And it was just when I got it, just unbelievable, because that's something that I had put on my like wish list of like, all right, if I can work with any brand, who would it be? And Canon was one of the first people. And just because like what are they doing in the space, and they're really empowering creatives to kind of tell their own story, but show it in a cool, unique way. And to be a part of that, it was awesome. And not only that, it's just like being a Black creative as well, because like you don't get to see too many diverse set of people directing their own films, especially with camera brands like that. So to be a Black man to get that was awesome.
When you say directing your own films, do you mean like in the more traditional like Hollywood sense, or would you say more on the social media side?
Yeah, so pretty much they asked me, all right, you can come up with any idea and we'll pretty much fund it, as long as it's not out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I will come up with ideation. I'll pitch them a few different ideas, and then from there they'll, all right, what's your account number, pretty much, essentially, and they'll send me whatever I need to make that film possible. And I direct, and I make sure the film goes, and I'm really a storyteller type of person, and yeah, it just led to directing different films.
Nice.
Yeah, man, it's pretty cool.
Like one thing just kept leading to another for you.
It was a blessing. This all happened around 2023, and I was going through a lot of stuff at the time, and prayer just kind of got answered the question, and then boom. So now I do a lot of films with them still, and it's just cool. It's just cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you prefer complete creative freedom or a big budget?
That's a great question. It depends on like what the budget can give me. If the budget allows me to make the film that I want to make, I would love that. But sometimes you don't get to do that, especially in this industry. They kind of tell you what you should make. But I would probably say, in this point in my life, probably budget, because like I want to get paid. I want to make sure my team gets paid, and we put out a good product. And if you come to me, you know you're gonna get something good because that's what I do.
You need to make a living somehow.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. How about you?
I think I take on a similar stance.
Yeah.
But I've been lucky enough that most of the brands that I collaborated with like gave me like a lot of creative freedom to like also pitch ideas to them as well.
There you go.
So for me, it's been nice.
That's dope. And it's like money gives you that creative freedom because like you don't have to worry about how to pay rent or what you're gonna eat. It's just like, oh, I'm good. My friends are good. The team's good. I'm good. Yeah.
For sure.
And then I can do the creative stuff like on my own. So I could use that money to fuel my passion project someday that gives me the full creative freedom. And it's just like a business at the end of the day, and you just have to take care of yourself.
It's like a lot of people talk about like their 9-to-5 funds, like their hobbies and their creative pursuits. But then now you're talking about it like my creative pursuit is funding my creative pursuit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's like the cool thing about what we do, and especially living out here, like so many different opportunities can fall out the sky. And if you could just manage it in the right way, you can still do those passion projects that you always wanted to do. But you have to handle the bottom line first. And you can't work in opposite. Because like those passion projects are great, but you gotta take care of yourself.
Of course.
Yeah. All right, next question. Tight turnaround or delayed payment?
I've had a couple of tight turnarounds,
Yeah.
I would say, with like filming in person, stuff like that. But I haven't really had too many issues with this, unless it's like a big thing I need to edit in like a week or so. And then I have like class and I have my own social media on top of everything. So like when I do have these tight turnarounds, it's like the entire focus of my week for me. It's like the only thing I can think about.
Same.
And it's like, yeah, I love doing social media and stuff like that, right? But there's, of course, the business side to it that feels like work.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's just something you have to deal with.
Yeah, 100%. And same thing with me. Like, I think I'd rather have a tight turnaround, is because like you said, all your focus is on that one project, and then once it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can breathe now. And I've had like crazy turnarounds where we shot like 6 a.m. to like 4 a.m. the next day.
Dude.
And we had to do stuff for the Oscars. And we had to make content like throughout the entire day. So we're shooting, handing off hard drives, we're editing on the spot, and we had to have all the deliverables by like 9 a.m. the next day.
Wow.
Because you know how Hollywood is. Hollywood is a very like now.
You have to be on top of it.
And hardest, longest day of my life. Got to meet every celebrity you can think of, but like I didn't even care at that point. I was like, I just got to get it done.
Just gotta lock it, do your work.
Yeah, I just gotta lock it. And we did it. And then after that, my friends were like, we didn't get paid enough.
I mean, you see all this like cool stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like celebrities and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's like it's just,
Yeah, it's cool when you look back on it, but
Yeah.
when you're in it and doing so much, it's like I can't believe it. Like the celebrity doesn't even matter at that point. It's just like my back hurts. Like let me get the shot, or let me get this hand off. Like
Right.
it's just a lot.
yeah. And this is not to be like ungrateful or anything, but like it is like work.
It is
at the
work.
end of
It
the
is
day.
work at the end of the day, and a lot of people would love and kill for that opportunity, and I'm
Yeah.
definitely grateful for that. But you have to work your butt off, especially if you want to graduate into a higher level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is sick.
I like this.
Edit on your laptop or edit on your phone? I think I know the answer for you.
What do you think it is?
Phone?
You're wrong.
What?
I edit on my laptop. I've been editing on my laptop ever since I started creating videos.
Even like all the UGC type of stuff, it's all been
all through laptop. I think because when I got into Duke, they have like a partnership with Adobe, so they give us like free like software from Adobe.
Oh, okay.
So then I'm like, at that point, like
the
why not
Creative
just like
Cloud and
learn?
everything?
Yeah, why
Yeah.
not just learn how to use the software properly and do it like the right way, quote unquote. So then yeah, I just been working out on my laptop. And then I recently moved to like a MacBook like last year, and that's been a game changer for me.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the fact
for
you can like
sure.
AirDrop, because before I was like moving files like from my phone to my laptop through like a cable, and then just downloading that,
Oh
and
my
there was so much
God.
friction in that process.
And it's
then,
crazy, like in 2025, like Microsoft, wherever computers still don't have the
I know.
AirDrop
Got
capability.
it.
That's crazy. For me, definitely all laptop, but I've had projects where they hire me to do UGC stuff for different clients.
Yeah.
And I just do it on my phone. And honestly, it's like so comforting because like usually I'm like at the laptop at my desk, just like grinding the whole time. And then that project that I had for UGC, I was just in bed.
Yeah, you can just be in bed, just, like lying on your phone like this.
It was
and
just
be like,
CapCut, and I kind of felt bad. It was weird. I felt bad because I'm like, this can't be work. I'm literally chilling right now. But that's just the way people want content. They want it now and then just quick. And I just did it on my phone.
Shoot S-Log or Rec 709?
I'm Canon, so we shoot C-Log. So that's just the best way. There's only one answer for that. Yeah.
I'm not too familiar with like camera and like production stuff. For me, it's just like point, shoot, you get the footage. I guess I film mostly on my phone.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it
must be
is nice.
nice,
It is nice. I don't have to think about all these technical
Yeah.
things. I think for me, it's like what's more important is like capturing the thing than like making sure like that like looks good.
Yeah, because you just want to make it easy for yourself. Like once you start confusing like the settings and everything, it makes it way harder.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So yeah, and then on DJI, I use like D-Log.
Okay. Yeah, just I think there's only one answer. If you're really like shooting for like paid work and stuff, you have to shoot in log.
Right.
Yeah. So cool. Color grade or straight from the camera? You kind of answered it already.
Yeah, I did kind of answer it already. Most of it is just straight from the camera. And then I have been like playing around with like colors and stuff on DJI, but I'm a complete like noob on like this kind of stuff too. For me, it's just like it's kind of fun to like experiment with it.
It's a lot, man. Like once you start graduating to like the bigger projects where you're working with these like crazy cameras, it's so cool to see like what you can do with those cameras and like what type of colors you can pull out. So my answer would be color grade, and I'm becoming more of a fan every day of it. And I can spend hours just coloring one image, and it's comforting. It's like, super
It really
comforting.
is.
Yeah.
When you were working with Canon, were you doing most of the editing?
I have like a scary story from that. So one of the projects, I hired an editor.
Yeah.
And I hope she doesn't see this, but it was bad. It was really bad, and we had a deadline coming up, and what she gave me was not what like the vision was. So I had to do it myself, and I'm so glad I did because I learned so much, and yeah, I had to.
Working with editors is hard.
Yeah, man.
Especially when you have like your own like creative vision.
Exactly.
And then I think communication is also like really important as well. Making sure you communicate that vision, but also making sure they're able to like execute it on well. And then there's a whole feedback process too. It's a lot.
Exactly. And it's crazy because like I had this editor, and I flew to Canada because she was like she done stuff for Nike and all that type of stuff, and you would think they'll be like top of the notch, and I just learned that not everybody's process is the same. And I learned the hard way, and I should have did my due diligence because I looked at the taglines of like she worked with this, she worked with that, and didn't really follow through on what type of real editor issue. And but I'm glad it happened because I became such a better editor from there. It was a tight turnaround, and now for all projects, like for most projects that I like, I do all the editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just had to get it done.
I just had to get it done. I had to get it done, and all the projects from there, I'm like, I have such a unique vision, especially directing. Like, I feel like there's only a few people that can understand like my weird vision.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man. So it's pretty cool, but it's a grind. It's a lot of time. All right, long form or short form content?
What do you think it is for me?
Probably long form for you now, because you said you like telling stories, right?
Wow. Yeah, you got it right actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been mostly like a short form creator, like a short form focused creator, mostly like Instagram, TikTok. And then when I got into college, I was like, I was really inspired by this one YouTuber, Elliot Choi, who did like a lot of college vlogs during the time. So then I was like, oh, I can do something similar but for Duke. And what I liked about it was, yeah, it's like instead of just having like 60 seconds to tell a story, it's like now you have like 10 to 15 to 30 minutes to tell it.
It feels easier, right? For me, it feels easier to editing long form content because you can finally let that idea breathe a little bit versus in 60 seconds, he's like, I got to get it all jammed in.
Yeah, there's definitely that aspect to it. But I will say, like editing for like long form content takes so much more time.
It does.
Like I was like, yeah, I'll just do what I'm doing with short form, but for long form, it doesn't really translate that way. It's a completely different medium.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like when it comes to like YouTube or like any type of narrative stuff, like, that's a whole different mindset going into it. And you know, to charge a little bit more because how much time goes into it. But there's something beautiful about letting stories breathe out and like having different paces and different chapters of what you're doing. That's been like the biggest thing for me. So I'm kind of answering the question. Yeah, long form is where it's at. And as I'm growing in my career, like long form is where I want to be.
Do you focus right now mostly on short form or long form?
All long form now. So really? Kind of, it's a mix. It depends because a lot of jobs I've been getting are like campaigns and commercials and stuff that be like on Hulu commercials. And but when I initially started, it was all just like Instagram content. And now I don't even create for Instagram. I just got so overwhelmed with like seeing the same thing over and over again. And it's just I got burned out from social media. And like the jobs were coming in that were doing the commercial campaigns, documentaries. And I was like, this is where I want to be.
Long form is just, it's much slower.
Yeah, much slower. I love it though, man. I think every person should dabble into doing long form content. Definitely. It teaches you a lot. Yeah.
If you had to lose one piece of your kit, tripod, camera, laptop, phone, etc., what would it be and why?
What type of question? If I had to lose one, if I had to lose one piece from my kit, damn. I think I'd rather lose the tripod for anything. Because everything else is so expensive and I rely so much on everything else. The tripod might have to go.
Anything can be a tripod.
Yeah,
if you really think hard enough, anything can be a tripod. So.
Yeah, bro. I think that's an easy one. Tripod. You gotta go.
Yeah.
But I do have friends. Like once you get into like the bigger shooting and stuff, they have like $10,000 tripods. And
I never understood that.
I never understood it too, but once you're working with like a $60,000 camera, you need something that can hold on to it.
Right.
And it's just insurance at the end of the day. So it's like if somebody kicks it, you know that thing's not moving.
Right.
But if you can get a tripod off Amazon for $19.29, that thing might fall.
Yeah. Put into perspective how much these cameras cost.
Oh my gosh. And like the lenses as well. Like I know a lot of lenses that cost more than the cameras these days. And they last forever, which is a good thing, but it's like, oh my God, why am I spending so much?
I was blown away when I purchased like my first like vlog camera.
Yeah, bro.
And it was like, yeah, I got the camera and then I wanted like a wide angle lens for that so I can like frame it better, right? And I was like, why is this as expensive as a camera?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's why like coming into it like as a creator, like those type of brand deals that you want are those sponsorships. So you don't have to worry about camera gear and stuff like that. They kind of give you fuel to your engine. And thank God for Canon for that. What are some challenges you face as a creator?
I think right now dealing with how sustainable like this whole creator thing feels. I've been doing it only like for over 3 years right now, but there are definitely moments where I feel like the burnout, like just coming. I think it's mostly due to, especially on short form content, like what works 1 month or what works like during 1 quarter may not work the next quarter just because of how like fast-paced everything moves. Yeah. So like my philosophy on approaching that has been, as a creator, you always have to be experimenting with your content, so you can always be catching that next wave as it comes. Because even though you may feel like you're on top of the world right now, there's no guarantee that will last. Like I felt that way with my thirst traps, and then the views started going down. This is a terrible example, right? So I had to keep finding the next thing, right? So I think for me, like prioritizing like my mental and my physical health has been like key in like
I love that.
keeping myself like in the game for as long as I can.
Yeah, and then, when do you graduate?
I graduate 2026, so next year.
Gotcha. So do you want to go full time in it after?
Yeah, that's the current plan right now.
Yeah.
So now it's like, how do I create systems for myself in place so I don't burn out like a lot of
There you
creators
go.
do.
And you're thinking about it at the right time, because like me coming up, I wasn't aware of all those things. So I've dealt with every type of challenge you can think of, whether it's financial, whether it's mental, physical, because sometimes, like, I know you travel. When you travel so much, like, it's bad on your body, because your routine kind of gets thrown off, or you're eating bad food and stuff like that. And just for me, like, I learned the hard way, and I was like, why am I gaining weight? Why does my face look like that? And those are some of the challenges I faced. But probably the biggest challenge for me was finding that consistency, money-wise, because you can get an amazing opportunity, and then being a freelance, you get an amazing opportunity, and then the next moment it's like, damn, it's been dry for the last 3 months. Like, yo.
It's always like, what's next?
It's what's next.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so it's like, when you live in LA is extremely expensive, and I live in a nice spot. And if those deals or those contracts don't come in, like, it's kind of rough on you. And I think that was the biggest challenge. But as you go through that, you learn on like how to get a retainer, and how to pitch clients for long term. Don't pitch clients for the one time. Pitch them for a subscription. It was like, all right, I'll give you content for the next 6 months, versus like, hey, let me charge you one time for one thing. So yeah, man, that's one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah, you always have to be de-risking yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, as creators, I'm sure we all understand it, and there will never be ending, because there's always a different way of challenges, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What are some of your techniques for growing and engaging with your audience?
I'm kind of indifferent about this. I've kind of been off the social media game for like a little bit over a year now. And I don't know, my thing was like, I stopped caring what other people think, and I just wanted to make what I want to make. And in that turn, that gave me opportunities that have always been dreamed of. So instead of making stuff that I think will do numbers, I make stuff that I think is just dope to me. And then in that turn, like, brands or companies reach out to you like, hey, can you make that for us? Because that's different from what we've been used to. And when you follow trends, you just become a follower.
Yeah.
But when you start leading the ways and making your own content that you believe in, your whole life will change.
No, I 100% agree. You have to be authentic in order to stand out from like the crowd. And
exactly,
everyone.
and that's why I got over like the social media, and I was doing the reels and literally seeing the same one. It was like color grade one, where it's like 3, 2, 1, watch my color grade. I'm like, bruh, y'all doing the same thing. And so for you, I'm interested to see your answer for that.
Yeah, I think I've really liked the way I've positioned myself currently with social media, because now it feels like I can post anything and it does really well. So what I've essentially created for myself is, people talk about like what niche you're in, and I like to think of it as, instead of what niche you in, it's like, instead try thinking of becoming the niche instead.
Love that.
So the way I imagine it right now is, I have like myself at the center, like I have Tulio at the center, and then all my interests like kind of add to it. So there's me being like an inline skater, and then that gets me deals with certain like brands, and that connects me with a certain audience. And then there's me being a student at Duke University, and that connects me with like my generation, and that connects me with like other brands who are interested in collaborating in that space.
Yeah.
And then there's also the part of me that has, it's like my family's from Brazil, right? So I'm doing a series right now where like I'm reconnecting with Portuguese. So I'm relearning Portuguese. So every week I do a video in Portuguese just to reconnect with the audience.
That's awesome.
And that opens up another sphere as well. And then another thing as well is that me and my audience have this inside joke where I made a video like last year where I told my audience not to call me Tulip, because in elementary school I was bullied of like people calling me names like Tootsie Roll, Tutu, Tulip, especially that one. Do not call me that. Bullying is bad. And it works. And the comments were like, it's okay, Tulip, we would never call you that name.
Oh my God.
We are your #1 friend, Tulip. We do not condone bullying. And it stuck. So now whenever I do something, it's like, oh, I didn't know tulips could cook. I didn't know tulips could skate. I didn't know tulips could be in an
How do you feel
interview
about it?
and
Do you
talk.
think it's cool? Like, did you take the power back with that?
No, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think when like these like internet like shifts happen and like they like create like memes and like jokes of you, like the best thing you can do is like lean into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last thing you should do is like feel like personally attacked
Yeah.
because that's not
Because you can't let
what's
the internet get to you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Just like there's so much attention on negativity. If you give that a little bit of attention, it would start to blow up. And it's good that you're kind of taking ownership over it. And it's just funny at the end of the day. Like they're not trying to hurt your feelings. Maybe some people are, but that's dope though. I love how you like you built yourself different communities. And I think that is like a challenge as well for creators is like finding that community.
Right.
It's cool that you have like 5 different ones that you can kind of reach out to, or people come to you as a support because you're leading the way visually for them, because not a lot of people in your space, especially when it comes to like the skating and stuff like that, where they can just go to and like learn about videos about that.
Yeah.
So that's awesome that you do it.
No, exactly.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
That's dope.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I got
Really
you, man. I got you. All right, so next one. Are you with management or are you an independent creator?
I am with an agency that does like my brand outreach, brand deals, negotiates with that. That's pretty much it though.
Yeah, how'd you get it?
They reached out to me, and I think that's usually the case of like a lot of creators.
Yeah.
When they like have some sort of audience and then the management sees that, and then they reach out to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Same thing for me. I have a management team that kind of manages all the J4 production type of stuff. And then I work with a few agencies, so they reached out to me. So whenever a lot of celebrity stuff happens in LA, I'm one of the first people they go to. It's been a blessing, and that helped with the consistency of things, because like when you have multiple agencies kind of putting your name out there, that really, it just helps you out, it's like being comfortable with work. And now I can focus on my passion projects. And it wasn't easy to get. I reached out to so many. And it happened organically the way I got them. So like the reach outs sometimes don't always work.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it's definitely like a blessing to have like people that do the work for you.
Exactly.
As well, because dude, like negotiating brand deals and stuff like that, I'm awful at.
Yeah.
I'm so awful at, and I do not want to be thinking about that. So the fact you can delegate that to an agency, I think is great.
That's clutch. How do you work on building creator relationships?
This is something I haven't like really been doing until like I would say like last summer. So I got reached out to by another like creator mutual, and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna be in New York for a bit. You plan on like coming on any time?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm actually planning like to come during like this specific weekend." And like, "Whoa, that's sick. We're hosting like a creator retreat during this weekend." And I'm like, "Oh my God, the stars align. I have to go now." Right? So that was like my first like step into like the creator space and meeting other creators who are like all my age. Most of them were still in college as well. So it was just like a really like a nice like connecting moment, because being a creator can be really lonely, especially when you're first starting out and people around you don't really understand the kind of work that you do. So just being in that space and meeting all those people just like really helped. And I feel like in this space too, because it can be a bit small as well, like you meet one person and then you just start meeting everyone else.
My question is for you, does your friends that aren't creators support you with your creativity? So like your family, some of your friends that didn't come up doing that?
Yeah, initially mostly not. Because like I was posting thirst trap, like come on, man. Like, I would be hating on my friend too. Like, what is this stuff? What are you doing? And I was like the last person you expected to be doing that kind of stuff. I was a very like introverted, like reserved kind of person. So me personally, like thirst traps on like that was like the last thing. So of course I got clowned on. But then like as I started taking it more seriously, and as it started doing better as well, I think like with my parents, it was initially something they were like caught off guard by, but then after they realized I had like a larger vision for like this whole like creator thing, and after I like had like proof of it like working as well, like my first like brand deal, and they're like, oh, there's like money in this too. It was like, yeah, they put their trust in me, and now they're like fully supportive of it too.
I love that, bro. I love that. And it's like whenever you do a different lane, you kind of have to expect some pushback until you make them believers. And I came up, I'm a little bit older, before social media was like a real thing like that.
Oh, back in your day.
Yeah, back in your age. God. So when I was in college, I did the film thing, but like I was a person that brought my camera everywhere. And Instagram was only like a year out, 2 years out. And they were like, why are you bringing your camera around so much? And I used to make the cool videos like you do of your school. And at first it was like, why are you bringing your camera? And then I started doing it so much, it went from why you bring your camera to where is your camera?
Yeah, you became the guy.
Yeah, I became the guy. And like now it's like, Jay Ford, where's your camera? Let's do it. And so I kind of identify with you. They have to become believers of that.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
man. So for me, how do I build relationships? I don't know, just being a good person. And just being in LA is the mecca of creatives. And there's creatives all throughout my building. There's creatives down the street shooting photo shoots and stuff like that. And just being a good person and coming up to them and just like introducing yourself, like, hey, I'm Jay, what are you shooting on? That type of small talk type of thing can lead you to so many open doors. And I've made friends around the world just by putting myself out there. And there's a few friends like Taya and Gareth in London. There's some of my closest friends now because they reached out to me and then we met up one day. And now they've been on the podcast as well. So like building those relationships, you never know where it can take you. And you got to focus on that.
100%, definitely. Like social media for you, I imagine, has been the big connector and all that.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Like I think that is my community that keeps me sane at the same time. Because like you deal with, I deal with a lot of burnout as well. And having somebody that does the same thing as you and being a shoulder that you can lean on, and because they get it, you know what I mean? And sometimes like there's bad months. But if I talk to my friend, he can help me or put me onto a shoot that like, hey, I got this deal, let's do it together. That's the best thing in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, man, so you gotta keep building those relationships.
Do you think you have a healthy relationship with social media?
Honestly, I don't think I do. At first I was really in love with it. I was really in love with the engagement and everything. And then after like a few years of the same, I kind of got overwhelmed with it. And a little bit of, what do you call it? Damn, I can't think of the word. Where I had an identity crisis of like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Because I compared myself to so many people at the time. And just within that, I kind of took a step back. I'm like, all right, I need to discover who I am again because I was falling into the trends, and if something didn't work, it would like really destroy my day, bro.
It
like,
felt personal.
Yeah, it felt personal. If I didn't get enough likes, that I spent hours of editing on, and it didn't get enough likes, it would literally throw off my entire day. And so I had to take a break from it and like realize like that doesn't matter at the end of the day. And I'm like slowly getting back into the social media grind, and I love that I'm working a lot, but at the same time, I do miss the community a little bit and being able to support other people. Because when I took a step back, I stopped supporting my friends as much because I'm like, if they're doing more than me, I can't like, you know what I mean? Yeah, or like, let me just be ghost on here because I don't want anybody to think. And I'm getting out of that now. Yeah,
I'm just trying to find your place again and rebuilding that relationship with social media.
Exactly. How about you?
Wait, I have another question. How long have you been doing this for?
Social media?
Yeah.
Since the day it came out.
Really?
I was a senior in high school when Instagram first came out. Come on.
Wow. wait. So that wasn't in like
2012?
Dude.
Yeah. Don't do that to me.
Dude, I was like 9 years old.
I've always been the young person in all my circles, so like now that I'm 30, I'm like, oh, I'm getting older now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it came out when I was a senior in high school. So like obviously I was in love with the camera and stuff like that. And it was fun for me. It was like I genuinely had a love interest in it and just posting my work, posting things that I thought were funny. And then when I started finding a little bit of success, that's when I fell out of love with it because I compared myself to the people who are doing more. And yeah, man, it's tough sometimes, but now I'm trying to reach back out to that girl, which is social media, and like, hey, what's up?
Yeah,
I miss
hitting
you.
it back up again.
Hey, big head. How about you, bro?
I feel like there's two stages of it for me. Like I have a mostly healthy relationship with it now, but first starting out, when you're posting thirst traps online, there's just like it usually stems from like insecurity and needing external validation. So like again, like I related a lot to the feeling of like when the video did well, I felt really good. I felt like I was on top, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning.
Especially because your first few videos kind of did great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I feel so, I felt like there's not a good word for this, but I felt so validated by it, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm like worth something because like what I'm showing online, which is like myself and my face, gets a lot of views, gets a lot of attentions, and it gets like a lot of comments. But I think what not a lot of people talk about is like what happens when you're like on the decline of that. And it's like the feeling of like, I'm falling off.
Yeah, I'm not enough. Like, what am I doing? Am I ugly?
Yeah. And then during that phase too, it's like I dealt a lot with like social problems as well because like when there was one point in time, like a month or two, when I was posting these tourist traps, when like everyone in my school just found out because TikTok does this really funny thing where they recommend based on geography as well. Yeah. So when some like kid from my high school saw it and then probably shared it to another friend.
Yeah, because you were in high school when you were posting these, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it was really weird because
and high school can get toxic. Yeah.
So like people I haven't talked to in ages would like reach back out to me and be like, hey, so you're doing this social media thing. I was like, oh, you're famous now, aren't you? And I just like I felt like it was a really bad gut feeling I got from that. And then I got into Duke. And I knew that like at these prestigious colleges to make the most out of it, it's like the value of your network. Except I didn't really understand what that really meant, right? So then when people ask for like, hey, you're the skating guy, and I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, you should give me a follow back on Instagram, like your stuff. And I'm like, I didn't know how to feel about that. It felt really weird. Like now I know much better. Now I know the focus should be like on building genuine relationships rather than doing this whole like networking thing. But that was like my start to it. And then eventually separating like the need for external validation to something a bit more genuine. Yeah. So like right now the focus is instead of like focusing on myself getting views and myself getting attention, it's more of like every single video I specifically think, how can I help the other person on the other side of the screen?
So do you feel like you're like in love with what you're posting, or are you doing it to get like those numbers as a job? Like is it a job for you, or are you actually in love with doing it?
I feel like now it's like, so there's the second stage that I talk about where it's like the thing that you started off doing as a hobby becomes your job. And that's a really difficult transition that not a lot of people are able to make. Yeah. Because you started doing the thing because you loved it. Out of like your own passion for it. And oftentimes you did it to like escape the job or like the schoolwork that you really hate. And then once I was having an existential crisis during my sophomore year because I was stuck between like, should I pursue like this SWE and like computer science thing, or should I pursue this content creation thing? And I was like, I think what makes the most sense to me right now is pursuing this content creation thing. And after I started doing that more seriously, it felt like amazing for like the first couple of months. Like I'm like pursuing my dreams. I'm pursuing something that I'm really passionate about. But then, you know, the work aspect of it got involved too. And it's like, wow, this thing that I'm escaping suddenly became my like everyday life. Yeah. And that part is a bit more difficult to deal with.
So let me ask, why are you in school if you know this is what you want to do?
I still think there's a lot of value to getting a degree at Duke. For sure. Also, like, I have gotten so many opportunities at Duke. I've gotten the opportunity to speak at like some of the events too. We have a club that I helped like found called Creator Lab at Duke University, and we're like this community and this like home for like entrepreneurs. Wow. And to me, that's been something that's been really fulfilling to me as well. It's like giving other kids the space to like find like other creatives and people like themselves as well. Yeah, for sure. Because without that group, you can feel like you're going insane sometimes.
Do you feel like, sorry if I'm asking too many questions, but do you feel like where you are in your creative process now, do you think you'll be at the same level if you didn't go to college?
I'm not sure. I think for me, college was great because I really found a sense of identity there.
I'm an advocate of college, so I'm just asking for the people that don't understand.
Yeah, it's like college is so much more than just a degree, and it's so much more than just the job you get afterwards. 100%. And it sounds so corny that I'm saying this now because it's like, it's like the people you meet and the connections and bonds you form over college and the growth that you go through in college.
It's not necessarily the school and education that you're there for, and I know that's the reason you're supposed to be there, but the real reason is to kind of discover yourself. Exactly. And you discover yourself with the people you meet and like the circles that you run in. You get to learn about the bad decisions and the bad, 'cause obviously drinking is a thing. It's like, all right, well, who am I as a person when I'm around that? Who am I as a person when I'm educating myself? And within those 4 years, I think I became a completely better person. And I got to meet people from all around the world to stay in one city.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's figure it out from 18 to 22. And I think that's the best part about college, is because you get to learn about yourself and other people.
Yeah, I think it's an experience that you can really take for granted while you're still in it. Because after college, it's like you leave this like community and this home that you called for like 4 years.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to hit up a friend and like go to the dining hall. And then after college, like everyone's busy.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm
You
still
cherish
still in
it,
college.
man. You cherish it. And it's like, I really love my college experience, and it helped me be a better creator because I was shooting everything. But it's just like, just being so close to those friends, and you don't get that after college.
Yeah.
And for people that are thinking about going to college, being a creative, I think everybody should go to college. What is your creative process when receiving a brief and working with the brand?
I think it depends per brand, but most of the time when I have like a lot of creative freedom on what kinds of ideas I can do for them, the tulip thing has been really, really helpful for this.
Yeah.
Like when I do stuff like Adobe, I can like make a presentation about like the history of like flowers, and then the comments would be like, "Wow, he's finally talking about his ancestry," or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then apart from the tulip thing, it's again like looking at that, like I have my niche, and then like looking at the other interests that I have in my life.
Yeah.
And then seeing where the connectors are with that, and seeing how I can relate that to the brand's mission.
That's awesome, bro. My creative process is, it depends. Like, I kind of get different things. So when I get hit up by a brand, is to make something for the brand versus like making something for myself. So a lot of what I do when I get a pitch is like, all right, what are the competitors doing? What's the brand strategy of what works for them? Or how can I make that work for this brand that's hitting me up, but on a different level? And I just find endless amounts of inspiration, because I'm a sponge, and you can ask me any question about any type of thing, and I'm like, all right, I have a reference for that.
That's that's such a unique perspective to go into it too.
For sure. And like my references are amazing. And so I really educate myself, and I put myself out there. I was like, all right, this is what other people are doing. And I kind of configure my own idea based on the references that I find. And then that's how I present it to the brand. I'm like, all right, this is what's going on. This is what's working. And this is how we can do it for you, but like at a different pace.
I love it, man.
And it's been cool, man. Like my creative process is so unique, and I love everything I do because I find inspiration from magazines. I can watch a movie. I've taken pictures in movie theaters of a shot that I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Wait, like in the movie theater?
In a movie theater. Yeah, flash go off and everything.
Who is this guy?
But yeah, man, just being a sponge, and that other people's work can really inspire you to make your own work, and don't be afraid of that. You know what I mean? We're all remixing each other's stuff.
Seeking inspiration.
Seeking
really,
inspiration.
It's just like you see one thing and then you add your own twist to it.
Yeah, you have to, because like no idea is completely original. It all stems from something else. And I learned to embrace that. Before I was afraid of like, I'm kind of stealing, but there's a book I read. It's called Steal Like an Artist. And that really got me to where I am today. And it's finding those references and getting inspired. And you're not stealing, you're just remixing something on your own. So
definitely.
Yeah, man, that's my process.
Love that.
Yeah, man. It's probably a little bit deeper, but that's the main part. All right, next one. All right, you ready for this? This is the tough one.
Oh, I'm
Let's
stressed
Let's see that creative brain. Objective, position the headphones as the ultimate tool for focus and relaxation. The focus, emphasize the premium sound quality, noise canceling ability, sleek design. I want this concept. Creative concept example, my workday essential, show how the headphones enhance focus. Sound test, compare noise cancellation in different environments. Relaxation routine, use them to unwind with music, podcasts, and white noise. Deliverable, 1 Instagram reel, 1 TikTok video.
Okay, there's a really easy one I can do just like off the top of my head. So when I'm doing like inline skating, I'm already visualizing this. Okay,
there you go.
Like I'm I'm in New York and I'm like with my speed skates and whatnot. And then it's like a shot of like me from the outside. It's like I'm here and there's a shot of me. And then there's like a lot of noise. There's like a lot of city noise and everything like that. And a lot of people in cars passing by and stuff like that. And then I put on the headphones and it zooms into like a closer shot of me putting it on. And I put on the headphones and then suddenly everything goes quiet. I look on my phone and then like these like images of like my music playlist pop up. I scroll, I click one, it's a song, and then it's like just like a really vibey like skating video, the kinds I used to do with like the music playing in the background.
Yeah.
A really quick one.
That's a commercial, bro. That's what's up.
I've definitely seen like those commercials before, but I was like, how can I like angle this towards like the skating side?
And you put it towards what you love to do, and that's the best part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Okay, I see you. I see you.
Let's go. All right, your turn. Fashion sneakers launch. Objective: generate excitement for a newly reimagined heritage lifestyle sneaker set to be the must-have shoe of 2025. Focus: highlight its blend of vintage style and modern comfort, making it the perfect versatile sneaker for any occasion. Creative concept examples: day to night styling, transition outfits from morning to evening. Get ready with me, transitions, build an outfit with me, watch me style my sneakers, etc.
I don't know. That's a good question. What I am going to do is, as far as heritage, so what heritage am I doing? Pick a heritage for me.
What is heritage?
Like your background, like it could be like Japan or Chinese New Year type of thing. Say I wanted to do something for Chinese New Year. What I would do is kind of find somebody that is embellishing all those kind of ideations of what Chinese New Year is, and sticking somebody into that shoe and having them go around, and as they are walking around, they're going into different scenes from day to night, and they get to see the splashes of different Chinese heritage. It could be whatever, I don't know what type of New Year it is, but I would love to do an idea about like the Chinese New Year, coming into a different scene, a different room, kind of seeing like the splashes of the Chinese culture and heritage, and having people just watching like, whoa, look at this. Yeah. And that'll be one of the cool ideas, I think. I think that'll be cool.
Holy shit, that's dope.
Yeah, man, that's pretty much it.
I think we nailed that.
Yeah, I think we did, bro.
Let's go.
Good job, yes sir.
All right, what is your highest paid deal?
Probably 55,000.
Was it for a single video, or was it for like
It's for what they gave me. I had to make a 4-minute YouTube video. I had to make a behind the scenes instructional video. I had to make 3 reels explaining the process. I had to get photo and video of behind the scenes. So it was a lot. It was a very heavy lift, but it was 55,000. But I had the option to either take all the money for myself and kill myself to get it done, or I could have added a team to it. So I had a lot of my friends come help me out, and I paid their full day rate for 3 days. So it was great. That was a cool one.
For a single video, for a single short form video, probably between 10 to 20K.
Okay, that's solid.
I know.
What was just one video? That's like one reel, or
so the deal was like 2 reels and then like 3 story frames for like each reel, and then this was gonna be posted on like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, it's like all 3 platforms.
Oh, that's clutch.
So then, like for all that, between like 20 to like 30-ish.
That's pretty solid, bro.
Dude, when I
especially
first
in
saw
college.
That, I know. When I first saw that, I was like, yo,
oh my
you can
God.
make money from this.
Because like usually they ask for a lot more deliverables.
Yeah.
But like that.
No, that was like, and it was like a really good deal too.
Yeah.
For me. So I was like, yo, that's insane.
If I can get this every month, and your mind goes straight to that.
I know.
Damn, bro, it's gonna happen. More of those are gonna keep coming.
Well, hope for that.
What's the lowest deal you've ever taken, and why did you take it?
I have a good one for this. So it was like when I was first starting out, like on TikTok, I was still posting like those skating thirst trap videos, and I think it was like an app that reached out to me that they like were able to turn you into like an AI generated version of you, or something like that. It was like it was really sketchy as well. But then I saw the contract and I looked at the money. Basically, the deal was it's $500 for a video, and that's only if you get 100K views on that video. If you get 100K views, you get $500. If you get 50K views, you get like $300. And if you get anything less, then you only get $100.
What?
Listen, in my head, as a high school student, I was like, I never made money in my life either.
Yeah.
So I was like, thinking, dude, $500? Like, I can buy so much
that's like
clothes with
$5,000 in
that.
high school.
I know. And then I had like no conception of like money as well either. And then I had no idea how to read this kind of stuff. And then my dad looked at it and he was like, yo, don't take this.
Yeah.
Don't take this.
Yeah, that was, so you didn't take it?
I almost took it.
So this one is, which one have you taken?
Okay, buddy,
yeah.
Probably with the camera brand that I use a lot, so Insta360.
Yeah.
It was like a full circle moment for me because, yeah, I filmed with their cameras, and when they reached out to me, I was like, oh my god, they reached out to me. And then for my parents, it was like really cool too because they didn't know brands would do that with me, and that was like, I think like 500 to 700.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not
like
bad.
when you're first starting out.
Yeah, when you're first starting out, that's
and
very
a free
solid.
camera on top of everything. So it's like, wow, they're giving me like 1K to do this, and I was like, that's insane.
Oh, bro, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
My lowest is easy. I done shit for free. Well, like especially being out here and coming from college and just trying to get a name for myself.
Yeah.
Bro, I've done stuff where like I would hit up influencers and I'm like, hey, my name is Jay. I'm from blah, blah, blah. I would love to shoot a 30-second video of you, no charge, blah, blah, blah. And I remember doing it for this one fitness influencer. And this is how life is crazy. I did stuff for him for like a year for free.
Wow.
Did nothing but just work for him. But he introduced me to so many people that if I didn't do that for free, I don't know if I would be sitting in this seat today. I just put myself out there and I was like, all right, it's gonna be worth it. I just prayed, I'm like, all right, it's gonna be worth it because a year of work, and I was like grinding like probably 3 days a week. And that led me to working with Odell Beckham Jr., and then that led me to doing a Vogue wedding. That led to me doing GQ magazine, because like all these people that I met, he was a celebrity trainer. And yeah, that kind of like snowballed my entire life. And I was incredibly grateful for that because like the free job led to what I'm doing today.
Right, it was like the one catalyst for you.
It was, yeah, like, and it's right after college. And I was DMing so many people. And this guy who was like, hell yeah, what? I get free content for however long. And the trade-off was like amazing. I don't even think he realizes what he did to my life.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah. But yeah, free is not, sometimes people aren't trying to take advantage of you. Like sometimes if you put yourself out there, things will happen.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. So I was incredibly grateful for that. All right. How do you negotiate with brands?
I don't. The agency does that for me. When I first did, oh my god, I was terrible at it.
Yeah.
I would say yes, like way too fast. I was like, $1,000, yes. Oh my god, 1K while I'm in college. I was like, that's insane.
Yeah.
And then my other like creator friend, like at the time at Duke, like the only other creator at Duke essentially, she was like, dude, what are you doing? You could have charged like 6K for that at least. And I'm like,
is that the worst feeling?
It is, but then I was like, I don't know, man. I got my 1K. I can't be complaining about this stuff.
Yeah, bro, I deal with that so much, and like I'm very experienced now in what I do, but that conversation will never stop ending.
Yeah.
And I have a full-time job now. I'm a creative director for a marketing agency, and all we do is like brand strategy and stuff like that to kind of help brands become different level. And I never had a full-time job before. So I'm hitting up all my friends of like, yo, what should I do? What should I do? What should I charge? And I was getting a day rate. And I remember I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna just say $1,200 a day, which is good to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I ended up saying $1,500. And the lady said, oh yeah, that's perfect.
Oh no,
like,
no. That's when you know. That's when you know you screwed
up. There was no negotiation, there was no anything. And my friend, she's a creative director as well. She was like, creative directors in LA now make $2,500 a day at least. And I'm like, oh.
That must have sucked.
But I'm incredibly blessed for this opportunity because it gets to show my real, true skill set. And the contract is only 6 months, so I can renegotiate.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm just like, I'm still comfortable with what I'm making, but I can turn it up to the next level pretty soon.
No, definitely do.
Yeah.
After that experience.
I was like, oh my God. And she was like, yes. And I knew from that point, I'm like, yep, shouldn't have did it.
Yeah.
But as far as negotiating, I have a management team that negotiates my production stuff. And like, I don't even see it until it gets to me.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. All right, guys, it's been amazing. Thank you to Creators on Creators for having us. My name is Jay Ford.
My name is Tulio Sasaya, and make sure to leave a review on any podcast platform that you're listening to. And if you're still watching, make sure to drop down a comment and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Wow.